In this video, we're going to be going through how Division 1 college teams use the TStack to get open. Now, before we jump into a demo and exactly what it looks like on field, what exactly is the TStack? Well, the TStack is an isolation structure. It's an initiation set that teams will use to isolate two players on the field. And this is what it looks like. We have two handlers back. We've got two cutters isolated on one side of the field, and we've got a typical vertical stack on the sideline. So in this scenario, what the TStack is looking to do is to isolate these two players in this situation on the left side of the field, giving them plenty of space to work with so that they can get open and progress down the field on that side. Once these players end up getting the disc, they're going to look to connect off each other. So let's say player 3 here gets the disc. Player 4 will try their best to get into the best spot to connect off that pass. And as that's occurring, the stack on the right will be continually moving downfield to try and eventually connect off that as well. Oftentimes, this structure is just used to initiate in the point, to just start it off so that the team is able to get downfield momentum on the field. Now, once they've gotten into flow, once they've connected a few passes, that's when teams will fold into their classic vertical stack towards the middle of the field and towards the end zone. Now, why is this particular structure called a T-stack? Well, you can see here, we've got a T shape that this structure makes. Now we're going to go through a live demo in a second, but when you guys are introducing this structure on the line, the way to call it would be to call your two handlers back, to call your two players out on the left or out on the right, and to have your three players in the stack. Now you can have this stack on either side, on the left or the right. So to make it clear for your players where they should be starting off in the point, you can say we're going to stack left and play right. Or in this situation, we're going to stack right and play left. Let's jump into a demo. Now in this game, you can see that Carlton is coming down on offense and they're going to initiate in this offensive structure, the T-stack. And I want you to pay attention to how their offensive cutters are working together, how they're setting up, and how they're getting open. From here, you can see that they've got three players on the right, stacking on the right, and they've got two players on the left using all the space on the field isolated out here. From here, they're initiating out of the left, and again, they're connecting to the two cutters on the left of the field. Now, what do you notice from the right side of the stack as the play unfolds? Well, the players here are anticipating that the cutters here are going to generate downfield flow. So as this is occurring, as they're getting passes on the open side, they're making sure to push their depth downfield and also get across the field laterally so that they can initiate from the most threatening space in front of the disc. Here we can think about two main concepts. Number one is our golden zone. Can we be initiating from the perfect depth on the field where the under becomes open as a threat, but also the deep is an option as a threat as well. So the golden zone is all about depth. Can we make sure we're initiating from the right depth to open up the most risk spaces on the field? Now, if you're not sure what I mean by risk spaces, if you go into the classroom, go into our defensive systems course, we have an entire module dedicated to learning about risk spaces and defensive theory. From there, the second concept that's going to be really helpful to take advantage of this situation is the concept of the stage. The idea here is when the disc is far away on the far sideline, we not only want to make sure that we're initiating from the most threatening depth, but we also want to make sure we're initiating from the most threatening width. What we want to do is get our momentum pushing towards the sideline so that we're opening up all the channels that the thrower can throw into. Depending on how the defender is positioned, if we're pushing our momentum towards the sideline, it means that we have a direct line coming under, we have a direct line going deep, and we also open up this inside shot from the thrower as well. This also means that if we do choose to attack deep, we have the entirety of the end zone to work with, and it means that the thrower can put any sort of shape fading towards the right side of the field, giving the receiver the positional advantage on the deep shot. If we roll the clip, we can see that the offensive cutter here sets up, attacks the under, and again, the next cutter here is looking to get to that golden zone, looking to set up deep, but they're also trying to make sure to initiate from the space in front of the disc to open up again all those options on the field. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed learning how Division 1 college teams are implementing the T-Stack to get open, and also how they're using cutting fundamentals to always initiate from the most threatening spot on the field. And hopefully you guys have learned how you guys can implement that in your game as well. If you guys are enjoying the daily uploads, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the bell icon so that you guys are notified whenever I do post. And I will see you guys in the next video.